is your piece of advice for wealth principle 42? Give the impression of increase and advancement, starting with Dr. Terry on the bullet train of action. Dr. Terry, take it away.
You know, it reminds me of, I'm a hypnotist and I went and got trained by a guy named Mark Usick. We talk about him a lot here. He is my mentor, a friend. And I went out for the very first show and I went out there and I was doing my little skit and I was amazing. And I had all the inflections and I was doing everything right. Then we watched the tape and I was absolutely monotone. I had no inflection. And I was so embarrassed watching that tape. And it occurred to me as I conversed with Mark, and he was laughing at me like hysterically, that we give a different impression to the outside world than we have of ourselves. We have this way of lying to ourselves, telling us exactly what we want to hear about how we're performing. And what happens is we think we're doing one thing when we're doing completely opposite. How often does this happen to people that they think they're coming off one way and then they're misinterpreted? I know it happens to me a lot. It used to happen to me even more until I understood this principle of paying attention to how I'm coming off. Am I giving this idea of advancement? Am I giving this idea of increase? Am I showing up the way I want people to see me? Or am I showing up the way that my insecurities are? And so in this lesson that we're talking about, we're really looking at making sure that our insecurities aren't showing up, but our real power, our presence, our passion is showing up. And that's what Walter's talking about today, is really connecting to where we want to go, not what we're afraid of. How many people have shown themselves that they come off the wrong way? In this mentorship, in coaching with Generator Coaching, in working with all these people, these are the exact things that we really work on for you, is to show up the way you want to show up instead of the way you do show up in that fear. Removing the fear, getting on the bullet train of action. That's what this is all about, is really understanding how to be that advancing person and show up with your charisma, show up with your power, show up with your intention every day.
Let's give Dr. Terry Wager a round of applause. Hands to the camera if you commit to showing up with advancement every single day so that more people pay you. And since I got Melanie Santos on the call, Melanie, this is like when people walk in the subway, right? When your employees walk in the subway, they gotta feel like they are the best sandwich maker on the planet, that sandwich making skill that they're doing is going to advance them to maybe being the manager, to maybe being the district manager, to maybe being a regional manager. As you continue to expand your business, they're thinking, yeah, Melanie, buy more, because every one you buy gives me one more opportunity to be a manager in the store, to get to that supervisor position and get to that bigger role where I get a company car and I'm driving around making $100,000 a year. Every single sandwich I make, if I do it right, if I'm smiling, if I'm giving the advancement, feeling of advancement and increase, that these sandwiches are healthy and that they're built the right way, that every customer in here could be promoting me to that next role that I'm looking for. Hands to the camera if you recognize you can do this in your business. If Melanie can do it in subways, if we can do it in real estate, then you can do it in your business. You can improve the perception of your business in the minds of others without changing your product, simply by changing the way you do it, simply by changing the way you're thinking about it and speaking about it when you're speaking about it and thinking about it. Mitch Jaworski, the Scaredy Cat Guide. Let's give him a little bit of information, and I hope you have a rap quote from Wu-Tang or one of your guys.
It's becoming a requirement, apparently. The pressure's on every week. So yeah. I love Terry's quote. I made it a quote in chat. We give a different impression to the world than we have for ourselves. You have no idea how much that resonates with me. I've talked about that, how that's been a struggle and misinterpreting what I'm trying to communicate has been a problem, especially in like personal relationships. So that's spot on what Terry's talking about. And the closer you can get to being congruent with what the world's getting and what you think you're putting out there, the better, at least in my opinion. And I think one of the easiest things where you can have congruency is with knowledge, right? And knowledge we use for advancing. Like that's one, I think the easiest ways to advance is with knowledge. Like emotional advancement, I think takes way more work. Like, but knowledge you can apply to like investing and at least get advancement in your financial life, right? So, just spreading knowledge, not only for yourself, but like, to others, like giving that value add, like you talked about, that advancing and giving that, additional value. It's kind of like the over deliver, right? I usually say undersell, over deliver. Walter says oversell and then over deliver. So, I mean, if we just focus on the knowledge piece, that alone can advance you and it can advance others. And to basically tie a rap quote into that, Talib Kweli once said, at exactly which point do you start to realize that life without knowledge is death in disguise? That's why knowledge of self is like life after death. Apply it to your life. Let destiny manifest. So, use that knowledge to manifest your financial destiny, at least, the mental and emotional stuff. That's what you got guys like Terry Wager for. And when it comes to the financial stuff, you got guys like me and Walter. So get that knowledge for yourself and then spread the wealth, right? And you're just going to keep growing because, as Mike Shine always says, abundance mindset, there's enough for everybody. Abundance mindset.
Let's give Mitch Jaworski a round of applause. Now I'll throw out Ryan McDermott as well. Is Ryan on the call? Or
he's looking at an 8-unit
game? No,
he's looking at an 8-unit property.
Throw him out. Keep him.
I like him. We'll keep him in here. He's looking at an 8-unit property right now. Let's give Ryan McDermott a round of applause. Constantly growing, constantly improving. I love it. Then Michael Shine. You're gonna hold on for a second till I get Dorina on here. Dorina Pagoda, you're up next. Thank you, Mike. You're the best reminder.
Thank you. Yes. This has been a life changer for me since I first read the book, The Science of Getting Rich, because it does indeed talk about advancing men and women. Thank you, Mike Shine, for bringing this up. And it sort of became my mantra. What I want for myself, I want for everybody. And this is a very, very simple principle because we're human beings. All we want to advance. How high the tree wants to go and grow, as high as it possibly can. So deep inside, we want the same. We want to get as much as we possibly get, give as much as we possibly can give, and earn money as much as we possibly can earn. So then we continuously grow and there's no limit. So what you want for yourself, you want for everybody, meaning, if I want a better house and someone else wants a better house, let me encourage them to go after it. Let me help them to get it. Oh, who can I connect them with? There's a reason we're constantly expanding our network. There's no end to it. Like, how much can we possibly grow as a community? So be an advancing man or woman and add, another thought or another idea to someone else in front of you. Listen to what they want. And yes, Yvonne put it in the chat. It comes back to you by advancing someone else. You're advancing yourself. So it's a powerful principle, and it's super, super easy to live by every day. Just think, like, as you go outside the house today, unless you're already outside, who can you help and who can you compliment? Who can you listen to first, what they want, so that you can help them to achieve what they want and give that impression of advancing man and woman. Boom.
Let's give Dorina a round of applause. She's amazing. She is the advancing woman. Every single week that you show up, you improve yourself. Every single week that you're on this call, you are putting yourself in the way of advancement. You are, again, motivating yourself and you're pushing yourself to the next level. There are people who started off with us and they're afraid of jumping on the calls because the call gives them motivation. Right? The call makes them push a little bit, get a little more inspired to go and do stuff. And so when they're capping out or they're plateauing, they avoid this call. But for each one of you, and I recognize so many of your faces because you're on these calls every single week, I see the improvement in your lives. I see the growth in your life. I see the increase of the people you're serving and your skills and your abilities and the way you're communicating and the way you're showing up just in general, wherever you're at. So let's give yourselves a round of applause. And Michael Shine, follow that one. Good luck with that. What is your piece of advice and information on Wealth Principle 42?
Yeah,
Growth and
so
increase.
thanks. Yeah, so similar to Rena, I got it out of The Science of Getting Rich. When Walter said he read it every Sunday, I started listening. And for some reason, the term "I am an advancing man" really struck me. And I love it. And so all I did was I kept saying it, and my mindset shifted so that every room that I would walk into, I walked into as an advancing man. And almost like magic, that caused everything in my life to get better. So if you just want to have fun with this, just wake up, say I am an advancing man or woman, and just say it and see how you stand. Even while I'm talking right now, my posture has changed, kind of like they say with like the Superman posture. I am an advancing man. And I swear to God, every meeting you have, every networking event you have, every business deal you have, every fun event just becomes much better, all because you just say you're an advancing man, and your psyche goes with you there. So it's amazing. It really is just a quick shift that can change your life. So that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Let's give Michael Shine a round of applause. I love that. That is such a cool principle to wake up as. I do the same thing. Like I wake up and I think, man, like I am in the way of increase. Anybody who meets me today is so freaking blessed. Like they might like just make money just from a quick conversation. Who knows? Right. I just came up with this whole new avenue of increase, a whole new avenue of income because I partnered with somebody. Anybody who touches me now may get a piece of that. Hands to the camera. If you know you can do that every day, you can make connections. You can make those pieces happen for other people as well. Excellent. Christine McGinley, we've been talking about advancing man. Let's talk about advancing women. You're up.
Hell yeah. Mine plays off Doreena's about simple. It's such a simple concept, and it's free for us to implement to others. It doesn't cost us a thing. Yeah, we can advance ourselves by reading books, which might cost money, or getting advanced coaching. We're coaching addicts, so we can provide more value to our clients. But it's really simple and it's free. How can you talk to other people and add the value? I mean, so many times we look at the negative things that are going on in our lives, like what we could have improved, rather than how can we step into our greatness and recognizing other people's greatness. One of my favorite things, and I've always been, my grandfather, like when I was a little kid, called me Smiley. And I love to smile. I'm always smiling. Even when I'm pissed off, I probably am going to turn that frown upside down. Yeah, cliche, but it makes such a difference. To go around smiling impacts people. And yeah, we've learned how to smile with our eyes. And I can't tell you how much adding a smile to somebody can make a difference. And topping it off with congratulating them, to giving them an affirmation that can move them forward is just huge. So I challenge you to go find 10 people today, including yourself, that you can give yourself a tap on the back, a pat on the back, give yourself a thumbs up.
Let's give Christine McGinley a round of applause. What an awesome way to end it with the coaches. Let's give our coaches a round of applause. Every single week they show up, they dedicate their time, they dedicate their knowledge, their information, they donate it to you in hopes that you will move forward in your goals, that you will move forward and advance in your life. Then when you get a chance, you'll make sure that you'll let other people do the same. Hands to the camera if you commit to building 100 millionaires, or at least building a few, add a few to your life. Who knows, if you build 100, you're going to get filthy fucking rich. Who knows that if you make 100 millionaires, right? 100 of your friends, you can make them wealthy. You're going to be living a much better life than anybody else around you, aside from me, because I'm building thousands. I'm building millions of millionaires, 100 at a time. Thanks to each and every one of you advancing yourselves, moving yourselves forward, and advancing the people around you. Let's give you a round of applause for showing up every week, for being involved in your businesses, for caring about your communities, for caring about your family, for caring about yourself enough to ask for more, to say, I deserve more, to say, I can do this. I believe in myself. And like Mike Shine said, to wake up every day and say, I am an advancing person. I am an advancing personality. The people who connect with me are so lucky to have met me today. Hands to the camera if you could say that in a mirror. If you could say that before you leave the house, man, anybody who meets me is so lucky that they met me today. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, coaches.